Hi, this is Kelly, your certified health coach.
This is Scarlett, your life coach here in the Valley of the Sun. Welcome to Hot in Arizona.
And apparently we were trying to sync up the phone and both phones to record,
Oh
and we
my
couldn't do
God.
it. And yeah. So.
And then, what was the deal? Well, you were like watering yourself. What?
I just took a drink of water and spilled water all down the front of me.
Oh,
Yeah, it's great.
Well, here in the mobile studio, it's 111 degrees.
Yeah.
That's not bad. Not bad.
If you say so. Cooling trend.
Right. Well, yeah, it's going to get up a little bit more, but not too bad. How you been?
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
How's the trailer?
It's coming along.
Yeah?
Coming along.
Good.
Ripped out the floor
Oh
and
my gosh.
ripped out that cabinet and got
Oh,
halfway
man.
through ripping out the bunk beds.
Holy cow.
Yeah, so
You are a force to be reckoned
all
with.
by myself. Thank
Let
you
me
very
tell
much.
you got a big old W tattooed on your chest.
Right,
or-
right. Or my Wonder Woman
Seriously.
costume while I
Seriously,
while
that
I
is
work.
amazing. Good for you. Good for you.
Yeah.
You need some help doing that though.
Yes, I do.
You do.
I do.
You need to call up some men friends and say, "Hey,
Yes.
damsel in distress here. Come on."
Yeah. Quit telling me
Come
you're going to help
on.
me and just help me.
And just do it. Right. Right. Bastards. Oh my God.
Seriously. Typical.
Oh my God. So, okay, so, I don't know. I've been, me and my weird shows.
Mm-hmm.
I love my weird shows.
You do.
I do.
Right.
I do. I don't know why. I don't know. It's like a lot of the times I'm sitting there hollering at people going, why are you so stupid? What is going on? But, you know what I went through, like, super fast was Love is Blind.
Really? What's the...
Oh
Oh,
my
I think I've seen it on Netflix. I haven't watched it. But
Oh
I
my
think I've seen
God. It's super crazy.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, it is super crazy. It's people who are looking for love. And I saw this little YouTube video. I mean YouTube. Saw this little YouTube video yesterday about these dating shows
Mm-hmm.
and why people go on them, and are they really truly expecting to find love?
Right.
And for some of them, it's yes, they are. But for some of them, it's, well, I'm a comedian and I was going through Craigslist looking at gigs and they were looking for people.
Oh my gosh.
And so it said, who wants to date a rapper? This was like Flava Flav way back
Oh
when.
yeah.
Who wants to date a rapper? And she says, I thought, well, who doesn't want to date a rapper? So she goes on the show.
Oh my goodness.
And it did help her career. But a lot of people, that is truly what they're trying to do, is just to further their career.
Mhm.
They might say that they're a nursing student or whatever, but seriously, they're an actress.
Mm-hmm.
And they just want people to see them and to get seen. And if they find love, great. And if not, that's okay. Now they can build on that, which is kind of sad.
That is sad, because if they get with the person that's really looking for love, that's
Right.
terrible.
Right. Well, and this one girl, and here's another thing, is that they're so staged.
Mm-hmm.
They're so staged.
Mm-hmm.
This one girl actually, what was it? I don't remember the name of the show. There are so many of them.
Oh yeah.
So many. And I don't remember the name of the show she was on. I've never seen it. But she actually found love. She won. She was the winner. And they asked her to come back and film again because she wasn't nasty enough. And what they wanted to do was to build her up to like be the villain and have a show where the bad girl wins. And so they went back and filmed it again. And then they had these girls that had lived in the house with her. They did the little snippets of them saying horrible things about
Is this
her.
like Big Brother or something?
It wasn't Big Brother.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't Big Brother. It was, I don't remember.
Hmm.
I don't remember. The guy was a good-looking guy, tall. He was an athlete. And she was a beautiful girl.
Mm-hmm.
But they wanted the villain to win, so they made her into a bad girl. And they retaped it. Can you imagine?
That's terrible.
I can't even. What kind of a relationship do you have?
Right.
Seriously.
Right.
I mean, they film all this weird stuff. It's like did you really think that way about me?
Mhm.
Really? Or do I believe you? I
Right.
don't know.
Right.
It's just so crazy about how this all happens. And
It's messed up.
it's, it's kind of been around for a long time. I mean, what was that one? I remember it was like Trista was the girl, and she married the firefighter guy.
The
and
Bachelor?
No, was it the Bachelor? I didn't think it was the
Bachelor or the Bachelorette?
And they've been married forever.
Uh-huh.
Kids, the whole 9 yards. I mean, it
Uh-huh.
was like a total win-win thing. But I think it kind of started with one called So You Want to Marry a Millionaire or something like that. And the guy turned out to not be a millionaire. It's like,
Oops.
what? And here are these obvious gold diggers, right?
Right.
It's like who will do anything and say anything
Oh, my
to be on
goodness.
TV, to marry somebody with money.
Mhm.
It just amazed me how this has all come about and how things have changed.
Yeah, and their little attitudes and all that stuff. That's embarrassing.
Yeah, it's like now, fortunately, I mean, my son met his current girlfriend. Well, he's met all of his girlfriends through friends.
Mm-hmm.
They've all been people that have all hung out together, and
Mm-hmm.
I just formed from there.
Right.
And which is great. I
Yes.
think that's
yeah,
great.
that's the best way to do it.
It was someone that he knew, that other people knew, and this is a really good relationship. I mean,
Mhm.
they really truly care about each other. They're so cute together. Oh my gosh. Oh, but it just, I think of all these other people who do this whole, swiping thing. I don't know how
What is
that works.
I don't know how that works either.
In my mind, that's a hookup.
Yeah.
Strictly.
Oh, totally.
That is just, I need something tonight. I need something
Right.
tonight because, my regular side is not here or whatever.
Right.
So, and I mean, do people really get good relationships out of that?
I don't know.
Out of a picture and like some little blurb. And what really bothers me is that a lot of times these girls say things on there that I don't know if they're just trying to get someone's attention,
Mm-hmm.
because I cannot imagine that a quality man would go for that.
Right.
A guy who is looking for just a hookup, who is just looking for something right now, something quick and easy,
Mm-hmm.
for some of the things that they say.
Right.
It just, I don't know. I don't know. Have things really changed that much? Have we really kind of degraded that badly?
I don't know. I mean, I guess with this whole generation is all about the cell phone. That's what it is. And
Yeah,
so they had
it is.
to.
They live on it.
Yeah, so I guess that's what they decided to do. And these kids are not meeting people face to face, really.
No.
I'm really lucky that my daughter, she goes to church activities and is meeting
Right.
people. So that's
Right.
that's makes me very happy because
Oh,
she's
yeah.
actually meeting them in person and getting to know them a little
That's
bit.
what I think is so important, is that face to face.
Mm-hmm.
It's so easy to say whatever, to put whatever picture,
Oh yeah.
and not be true.
Have you seen that movie Must Love Dogs?
That's an oldie.
Yeah.
Isn't that with was that
can't-
John Cusack?
Yeah, John Cusack is
Yeah.
in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, where they're making up profiles online and they're lying through the whole profile.
Yeah.
Well, you got to put yourself on all the websites, and who cares what you're just building. You're just creating
You're
a
just
character.
building. Right. You're creating a character.
Right.
Right. Which is not a good basis for a relationship.
Right.
I don't think.
No.
No. I think that is
I've had some horrible experiences from online dating.
well, and online dating was a little bit different they still have
Basically the same.
they
but
still have
it's
like
just-
Match.com.
Yeah.
What is that? Plenty of Fish, Christian Mingle.
Yeah.
So who did you go through?
I went through Plenty of Fish and I went through Match. And
Serial killers.
yeah,
Lots
I
of
mean,
them on
I've
there.
met some weird guys on there.
Oh my gosh.
But you know, and what the funniest one, I mean, I had some really funny experiences and weird experiences, but one of the funniest ones
Yeah.
was my high school best friend's ex-husband was on there, and he and I went on a date.
Oh my God. Your high school best friend's ex-husband.
Yeah.
Holy
Yeah,
cow.
I saw him.
Holy cow.
We saw each other. We're like, you look really familiar. And then he told me
Oh
who he
my
was, and I was
God.
like, what?
Did you tell her?
No, I haven't talked to her in 30
Oh, so
years.
you're no longer best friends.
Yeah, she was my high school best friend. Yeah,
Oh
she
my-
doesn't talk to anybody
My
from
high school best
school.
friend is still my best friend.
Oh no, she doesn't talk to anybody from high school. She doesn't have any contact with anybody. But
Oh.
it was
Oh.
just weird because it's like, what? And then we went out on, okay, and he used to, this is what he used to tell me. This is what he told me on the first date. He says, I only go out with women on 2 dates
Oh.
because then the third date you're starting to get serious.
Oh.
And so guess what? We went out on 2 dates and
Are
I
you
never heard
kidding me?
from him again. Yeah, no, not kidding.
Because he didn't want to get serious?
Yeah, like he thought I was going to get serious about him.
What? Then why do the 2 dates?
Right?
I mean, isn't the rule you don't have sex till after the 3rd date anyway?
Right.
So this guy's not getting lucky.
Exactly. Exactly.
Maybe that he didn't want to. Maybe he was afraid. Maybe he couldn't perform. He's like, nope, 2 dates. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm not going any further.
Yeah.
That is so weird.
Yeah, isn't that
That
weird?
is so weird. So is that like the only like modern way that you've tried dating?
The modern way, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like 100 years ago, they had, well, you know, there was always like singles ads.
Uh-huh.
And I used to like reading those just because sometimes they were pretty funny. You know,
Yeah.
they were pretty funny.
Well, if you read Craigslist, it's basically the
I was
same.
never into Craigslist, but
I don't date off of Craigslist.
this
but
was like newspaper 100 years ago. You know,
Mhm.
like, do you like pina coladas and getting caught in the rain? And some of those were really funny. And then they had this thing where you could call and do a profile,
Mhm.
and so people got to hear your voice.
Huh.
And then I guess if they liked you, they left a message, or
Mhm.
I don't know. I know my friend did that, and she also did, I think, Match.com, and she actually met some really nice people, actually.
Mhm.
But she ended up marrying the guy she went to high school prom with.
Oh.
So I don't know. There's something to be said for face to face
Absolutely.
that, you know, you've known for a long time, rather than just taking.
Right.
I don't know.
Well, I did go out with one really nice guy. Oh, one really nice guy, one other semi-nice guy. But then it just wasn't right. It just
Yeah.
didn't work out. And then, there were I had some weird experiences.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I never tried like the online dating thing. I didn't do all of that. I got my dates, and this was a while ago. I got my dates on the freeway.
Hi, how you doing?
No, seriously. Seriously. I had a really nice car, and yeah, and guys would just drive up to me and hey, and
I did that one
you
time.
know, let's get off the. Oh, I did it a lot.
I did it once when I
And-
was 18, and I was a little freaked out. So.
Oh my gosh, I dated one guy for many years, and he was wonderful to me, just wonderful. That was my $70 million man.
Oh.
Yeah,
mhm.
and then sometimes if it was a little sketchy, I would drive home, and my stepdad would see me pull into the driveway, and then he would see another car pull in behind me,
Mm.
and he would walk out with a piece of like either PVC pipe or he'd walk out with a shotgun, and then they'd back out and take off. But he's like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? I'm like, I don't know. Don't ever sell
No.
your car with a for sale sign and a phone number. Don't do that. Because yeah, that was a mess, let me tell you.
That's too funny.
Oh my gosh. But then after that, as I got older and the times that I wasn't being married in between marriages, it was always just meeting people in person, just either through friends or unfortunately what do they call that? You don't oh crap, now I can't
What
think.
are you talking about, like from the line from Moonstruck
Yeah,
where she says, "Don't shit where you eat"?
there you go.
Yes, do
Yeah.
not do that.
Yeah, don't fish off the company pier or whatever it is.
Yeah, that's what, yeah.
Yeah,
I've had some bad
I
experiences
did
with that too.
I did that. They weren't completely bad. It was, some of them were a lot of fun. Just don't marry them.
Yeah.
That's where it went
That's
south
the lesson
for me.
that you learned.
Don't marry them.
No, none of the ones I went out with wanted to get married, so
Oh my
that's not
God.
what they were looking for.
Oh, they all want to get married. Do you know how many engagement rings I have?
Must be nice.
I'll take the ring. Hey man, if you want to give me the ring, I'll take it. That's your bad. Oh my gosh, it's like, yeah, you try and get rid of them and good luck. Oh, that's the hard part, because if you're working together and it's like,
And it goes south, yeah.
you just need to go away. You need to stop. You need to leave me alone. We're done. And they're like, oh, please.
Yeah.
No.
I've had some
I've
had some scary experiences.
Yeah.
From
But yeah, I have not ever tried. I would be scared to death, I think. Only because I've heard so many horror stories from the online dating. Look at Dirty John.
Dirty John.
Oh
yeah.
my God, wasn't that Plenty of Fish?
I think so, yeah.
I think that was Plenty of Fish. And holy cow.
That was terrible.
He almost destroyed her entire life. Almost killed her daughter.
Right. There's a really good podcast about Dirty John. If nobody knows what that is, I highly recommend it. And then just go and look up the podcast for Dirty John. And then also the Netflix miniseries.
Yeah, that was really good.
It's terrifying.
It is terrifying
what that woman went through, and her family, her daughters.
And he was so charming and good looking. But I'll tell you what, kids and dogs,
they know.
They know. Trust them.
Yep.
Trust them. If they are telling you something is off, something's off.
Yep.
It may not be totally blatant to you. It may not, it could be something so slight, like a look that someone gives, or something they say that can be very telling. Don't write them off, because man, if a dog doesn't like you, there's something wrong with you.
Well,
And if a kid doesn't like you, no matter how old the kid is,
right,
you've got to believe them.
right,
No matter how old the kid is.
And I will tell you, every guy that I've gone out with and bad experience that I've had, there were red flags that I just was like,
You ignore.
I ignored.
Right.
So I need to stop.
And sometimes it's because we want so badly to be a couple, to be part of something.
Yep.
I'll be completely transparent here. My younger son, I was dating his father. We were not married. We were dating. We broke up. And I'm like, oh, guess what? And I did not want my son to grow up without a father. And he promised me the world. And he was going to be there, and yes, we'll get married, and everything's going to be great. And of course, that didn't happen. But I wanted it. I wanted that for my son.
Right.
And I had to step back and say, you know what? It's not going to be that way.
Right.
It's not going to be that way, and I'm just going to have to deal with it. And my son is the better for it, I believe. They have a great relationship without us having to be married.
Right.
But I really wanted it. I wanted that family.
Yeah, exactly.
And so I did whatever I could to to keep us together, and it was horrible. Yeah, you want to talk about crash and burn, man.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was bad. It's like sometimes you just have to say no.
No.
It's just, it's not going to work out.
Have
But
to
sometimes,
be brave enough to do that.
yes, you do. You really do. You really do. But I understand, how women, a lot of times, we want that. We've been sold this fairy tale,
Yeah.
and we want to be able to do that. We would like to be able to do what our mothers did. My grandmother, of course, they owned a business and she was a big part of it, but she was mainly a stay-at-home mom. She stayed home and cooked and made sure everything was nice when my grandfather came home, and
my grandmother did that too.
and for a while my mom did that too, although she enjoyed working, but she just wanted to stay home and take care of the house.
Yeah.
And I think that, of course, we've seen, and we're getting on some tangent here, but I'll tell you, we have seen how beneficial that is for children. Very beneficial.
Yeah.
To have both parents in the house,
Yep.
both parents involved, and to have someone at home.
Yeah.
It's important that kids have that person at home, so they're not just running rampant,
Right.
which a lot of kids do. And then, unfortunately, we're
It's
just
just not. It's
not
not
able
possible.
to do it. I truly hope that I have raised good men, and that, especially my youngest, my oldest, he'll probably be a forever bachelor, but my youngest, I really truly hope that I've grilled it into him that when you have children, that's not something that's not a part-time job.
Right.
That is a commitment that you had better stick with. And it just, luckily it worked out for my kids because they had my dad, my stepdad, and he was really good with them.
That's good.
For the most part. There were some times, but for the most part, they were able to have that male figure in their life. And it just, I don't know, I think that we want to be part of something.
Yep.
I think it's fun to have someone to share things with.
Yeah. Exactly. To have that companionship.
Absolutely. And people need physical touch.
Absolutely. You have
That's
to
a
have
necessity.
physical contact. Exactly.
You need that intimacy. And intimacy doesn't have to mean sex.
Right.
It just means that closeness.
Exactly. Exactly.
And even if it's not somebody that you're married to, just someone that is kind of a constant.
Yep.
I don't know. It is rough.
It is.
It is rough.
It is.
Sometimes I'm like so glad that I'm single, and I'm like, I don't have to answer to anybody, right? I'm like free and easy, whatever. Which one do I want tonight? And then sometimes you think, well, it would kind of be cool. But how do you find them as you get older?
I haven't figured that out yet.
Because a lot of guys want younger women, if they have not started families, especially.
Right.
There's this one guy that I know, he just turned 46, never been married, and now he's starting to think about it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's like,
Yeah.
okay. Fine, but,
Yeah. Wow.
yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I met
That's
Tom.
rough.
I met Tom it was a blind date. I worked with his brother, and that's how we met.
I don't think I've ever been on a blind date.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then right before Tom, I went out with a guy that I met sort of through work.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we didn't work together, but I met him through work.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, all my husbands were New Year's husbands.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'm back to not going out on New Year's anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's better that way. It's better that I stay home. Yeah. I had told a friend of mine that we went out on New Year's Eve, and she knew that this was before I was married the third time. My first two husbands I met on New Year's Eve. And so we went out on New Year's Eve, and I met this guy. He was adorable. He was like so much younger than me, but he was adorable. And we were making out pretty heavy in the bar. It was New Year's. You know, you kiss at midnight.
Yeah.
But everybody else was leaving. They were going to another bar or to somebody's house, and she grabbed my arm and pulled me away, and she's like, "You are not meeting another husband tonight." Oh my gosh. Yeah. So yeah, I've just always met through either friends or where I worked or on the freeway. I don't know how else to meet people.
I don't either, apparently. They don't just fall out of the sky and land on your doorstep.
No.
What the heck, man?
I know. Well, maybe I shouldn't have a porch.
Yeah.
Maybe it needs to be more open.
Right?
I don't know. I don't know. But I think it's funny. But I think that people do need to be careful, especially doing it online. You know, always meet in a crowded place.
Always.
And always let people know where you're going and who you're going with. Whenever my friends would go out with guys that they had met online, I would always make them send me all the information. I want to know. I want to see his profile. I want to know his name. I want to know everything that you know about him, because if you go missing, I am tracking that mofo down.
Yeah, exactly.
I am tracking him down. You better believe it.
Have each other's back.
Oh my God. And I used to be a skip tracer. I would find you. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. So I think that that's really, really important. I don't know. How do you guys find dates? All you single ladies or married, where'd you meet? I want to know. I want to know. So you can leave us a comment on our YouTube, or you can send us a comment on the podcast. But that brings us to, where do you go on a date? And that's what's hot in Arizona. So one more place that I think is fantastic, you know, we talked about the Botanical Garden, and I think that especially now, even though it's hot, either earlier or later in the day, it's great to be outside.
Yeah.
And it's great to be in a public place.
Yes.
Don't be off by yourself. And a great public place, I think, especially because, you know, I love history. Love history. Saguaro Ranch Park.
Awesome.
It's in Glendale. They are at 9802 59th Avenue in Glendale. It's free. Again, what is better? Nothing. Nothing's better than free. It has 17 acres. It was started by the Bartletts, who took up farming out there. There's just a lot of history there. There's a lot of historical buildings out there, and that are just beautiful. And it was started in the late 1800s, and it has been kept up by the family. It was finally sold to the city of Glendale, but what a fantastic place. It's gorgeous. They have a rose garden. They have peacocks.
Oh my gosh, how fun.
Be careful. No.
They're
Peacocks?
so pretty.
Peacocks, they don't like me.
No?
No. I don't care where we go. It could be the zoo. It could be wherever. It could be like out in the wild, because where I used to live, we had peacocks that would fly around and land on your roof, and they chase me.
Really?
They chase me. Yes. With those big old long tails, they come after me. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know. I don't know. I try to be nice. I'm like, "Oh, you're so pretty." And they like look at me and that little thing on their head, and they're mean. They're mean, and they spread those wings and no, but they're from afar. They're pretty to look at.
They are pretty to look at.
So if you are looking for something to do, a date night with your honey, or if it's a first date, head on over to Saguaro Ranch Park in Glendale. I think that would just be such a fun time.
Especially since it's free.
Yeah.
I mean, really.
There's no pressure.
Yeah.
Right? That is a very relaxed way to get to know somebody.
Yeah, absolutely.
To just chill and walk and enjoy the beauty and discuss life and really get to know someone rather than just swiping and saying, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's do it. So, yeah, slow down, take it easy, go on a beautiful date, nice walk, especially like if you go to dinner or something and then go and walk it all off afterwards.
That's right.
It's good for your digestion.
Absolutely.
So get out there to the park, Saguaro Ranch Park in Glendale. That's going to do it for me anyway.
Yeah, me too.
So again, we want to know, how'd you meet your significant other? Or how are you going about your dating life right now?
Yeah.
Let us know. You can always follow me, Scarlett, at HeartPrinceAZ on Facebook and Instagram.
And me, Kelly, Healthy Heart and Happy Soul on Facebook and Instagram.
Don't forget to give this video a like, subscribe, and share, and follow Hot in Arizona podcast on anchor.fm or anywhere else you listen to podcasts.
We're on all of them.
All of those. And you can also follow us on Instagram. So everybody have a fantastic week.
Bye.